Hello my Sagittarians, and welcome back to Soul Horoscopes, a weekly edition. I am your host to the universe, Christopher Witecki. And for the philosophers, come on down to soulgarden.me, the most loving space on the internet. Remarkable souls all being remarkable. And now we've got something really hot, office hours prime time, called Office Hours SG After Dark. Hosted by our village chief, Jenny Watson, and I, Marcella. She's the hostess with the mostest to all office hours. But come on down, it's our first prime time, it's Monday nights, and we're in there in the chat room and we're having fun. It's a lot of fun, you can probably tell. Now we are moving into a new state of awareness. The sun has shifted into Leo over the weekend, and that means it is now time to take on a new chapter. Just to review the way it's all put together, remember, as Earth, we all go through the same thing at the same time. The God consciousness comes down and filters through one sign. In this case, the filter is Leo, which means we're all processing our access to love consciousness. Love is actually what makes the world go round. It is the source energy. If you want to know what God feels like, remember the last thing you loved? How'd that feel? That's just how she feels. That's how I believe anyways. So we're all logging into a bigger connection to source energy, which comes down to us loving ourselves. Then the tribe of Sagittarius, when it comes to their access to love, it is synonymous with beliefs. Oh, surprise, right? Your beliefs are what you love. Connecting to beliefs, connecting to knowledge is what connects you to your heart. Yes, yes, yes. So on the secondary lesson of the month, this will be a lesson of what do you believe? Polishing the I believe state of awareness, getting into what you most believe, discarding what you no longer believe. This, of course, connects you to love. There's also always a third story, which is your individual story, represented by your rising sign. This is the story where GA will text people during the day. This is what I'm helping people with on a third level. So people in GA get 3 levels with horoscopes and then GA. Now, this is the green energy of life. If you don't know, the I love state of awareness is green, which ties into the heart chakra. So as you, as a Sagittarius, get more clear on your beliefs, your green heart chakra lights up more, you have more access to green energy, which is source energy, and that's what our goal is this month. So on Monday, the moon is in Libra, and the sun is 1 degree Leo, and the first question the universe wants to know is, are you feeling it? Are you feeling the love? On the one hand, do you love where your life is going? If your life does not have appropriate meaning and purpose, which is what Leo is for you, nothing's worth happening. Everything droops. Right? And you know, you're on the constant adventure and lookout for meaning and purpose as a Sagittarius. You're on the go, constantly exploring and gobbling. What are you looking for when you gobble information? Have you ever thought about it? You're looking for information you love. You're looking to feel love. You feel love when you know something cool. Have you noticed that's what sparks the love? So on Monday, are you feeling the love? Are you happy with your life is going? Are you getting connection to source energy love? And with the moon in Libra, you're emotionally kind of feeling that in the world. So on Monday, you might be blaming the world. Try not to. Your emotions are focused on friendship and social context. And so you might be saying, I'm not feeling the love in society, which is true. But if you're not feeling the love in society, then you're not feeling the love, etc., etc. The other thing to point out is the moon crossing over Mars during Monday. Not only are you feeling the love, but there's a big expansion, a big kind of emotional burst with you in society. So it might be something that goes down with your friends, or just a social context kind of a shock or something like that. But there's a bit of emotional earthquake, and what that does is force the opposite, Uranus and Aries, which for you is you have to innovate your own inner child or your own inner child's response. To some degree, part of this story with Uranus and Aries is the way you approach your kid has to always change, not just where you're pointing the kid towards wisdom and knowledge. So it's wisdom and knowledge direction and how you approach your inner child and how you allow your inner child or not. We can change your whole life. If you don't let your inner child come out and play, what's the frickin' point? So Uranus is telling us that on Monday. On Tuesday, things get pretty passionate, so it's almost more turbulence in society. That's because the moon will cross over Saturn during the day in Libra, really forcing you to grow up or emotionally mature when it comes to your emotional reactions to things in society. So you're going to have to grow up emotionally mature to some degree. This may mean that you have to take one for the team. This may mean that you don't take one for the team. It really depends on your own personal story on that third GA level. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to grow up. Now, on top of that, this is all about meaning, purpose. So there's that background dialogue going on the whole time of if I was on the right path of purpose, if I was doing what I believe in, that sort of thing. So that is a dialogue. That is this month's lesson. And then there is Venus. Venus, which is trining this whole little party going on in Libra. And this Venus Libra trine means 2 things. As you grow up in society, says the moon and the Mars yesterday and now Saturn today, as you mature, as you start to focus on where it is you belong, That's what that is saying. Venus in Libra says, or excuse me, Venus in Gemini says, your capacity in relationships gets bigger altogether. And as you open up to what a relationship can be, you're going to also find that your life in society gets a lot smoother. As a little reminder, which the Act 3 videos are all about, you have until Halloween to get your shift together in society, something you've been working on since 2009. And today you're particularly feeling that particular subplot going on, I think, with this trine and with the moon ruling the day. Then comes Wednesday. Now Wednesday's going to feel pretty bright for a lot of reasons. It's still a social day, so you're still out there doing social butterfly stuff, but it's in the high vibration. Jupiter rules the day, that's your home planet, so it's really a day of learning. So if you don't have enough meaning and purpose as of yesterday, today you're like, let's go get it. You're maybe on the internet, you're out learning, you're out absorbing information, you're doing what you do best, you're doing what you love. So in a way, you are restored to love consciousness on Wednesday because you really have the hunger to learn and pursue knowledge, which is what Sagittarius love the most. We're also blessed with a double yod going on particularly Wednesday. Now, one of these yods we already had, we talked about last week, that all epicenters up here into Pluto retrograde in Capricorn, which says basically to the Sag tribe, you've got to reconsider what you value in life, okay? What you value, how you value. Reconsider what and how you value. But that yod is not the one that's most important today. It's this one, which is a temporary yod that all points down into the Sun conjunct Mercury in Leo. So the universe is basically saying with this yod, or God is saying with this yod on Wednesday, well, if you want to find that meaning and purpose in life, if you want to find that information that just keeps giving as far as what you love or the direction or the or your religion or philosophy that's going to give you so much love and purpose, on the one hand, you've got to do a reconsideration, Pluto, of what you value and why. On the other hand, Neptune in Pisces says you've got to also keep an open mind altogether. All right, so in this capacity, it is time to open up when it comes to new beliefs and whatnot, and to do it, you've got to open up or reconsider on the one hand and allow your intuition on the other. Hope that was clear. Then on Thursday, breakdown. We've got some breakdown. So whatever wasn't working with meaning, purpose, and philosophy breaks down. Because you're a Sag, that means your connection to love breaks down. So it's a breakdown day of love and whatnot. And what do we mean by a breakdown in meaning and purpose? Well, you could have believed in this one guy or gal and they let you down, so it was a false belief. You could have believed in a particular church system and they let you down, so that's false belief. You could have believed that you're capable and you weren't capable, so you let yourself down. Somewhere belief structure wasn't cutting it. All right, you were seeing in the wrong context, you were approaching from the wrong direction, and so inevitably every great professor or woodsy owl has a breakdown, and that is today. So today you don't know so much. The moon also moves into much more tumultuous Scorpio, so your feelings are very fatalistic. It will feel very fated. It'll feel like your path, the way it always is. So there's also this darker cloud, which is the baggage you're bringing from past life or childhood to today's particular daily trauma. So it's a double whammy. You really got to swim to get through it. Those in GA will be holding your hands. Then on Friday, Friday's not exactly a party day, but it's not a bad day, so I'll take it. Mercury rules the day. It is retrograde and now well conjuncting the Sun. That temporary yod has disappeared, but still the focus is what is meaning and purpose, or where did I make the wrong turn at Albuquerque? Why did this thing I believe in let me down? Why did I let me down? Why? It is that big question mark which Mercury and Gemini are so good at answering, and so this is really the obsession of Friday, are the whys. Moon still in Scorpio, making you private, detached, spiritual, looking for the spiritual reasons for it, looking for the faith to move through it, so emotionally not so much fun. And I want to point out a trine that goes on for a few days between Mercury conjunct the Sun in Leo and goes down to Uranus in Aries. What this means is, as you step forward with meaning and purpose, you've got to also innovate your relationship to inner child. Inner child innovation leads to brighter purpose. So in some cases, you can't see your potential because you're being a little pouty pout in your inner child. Okay? We all have pouty pout inner child, and we all have to do something about it. We all have to, deal with that little brat. And so you're going to be having to deal with the brat, and then open your mind. Open your mind, get the brat excited, brat gets less excited, blah, blah, blah. That is really what this trine is about. And Friday, those start to come together. On Sunday, it's a sunny rainbow day. Venus rules the day. So Venus has come out to play. What does Venus mean? Well, the universe is pushing hard to restore balance and order wherever it's not in balance. So for instance, if this week your belief structure breakdown happened, but you didn't have all the information, Venus brings the stuff you needed. If you needed a teacher to explain, Venus brings the stuff you needed. Whatever you were lacking, Venus brings the stuff to restore balance and order, at least temporarily. long enough for you to see, that's what I was missing. So that's really what Saturday is about, understanding what was missing. But what adds a little bit of sugar to the pie is the moon moves into Sagittarius. So you are sunny and cool, you are charismatic, and you are feeling strong. The moon is no longer pulling on your past life purse strings. Today you are feeling kind of strong, and Goddess gave us a soul pyramid in fire, a temporary soul pyramid. So on top of the Venus, on top of all this, on top of having it sunny and cool, you've got a temporary soul pyramid, which basically unites the light in your own heart on this given day. It's triggered by the moon in your sign, so your emotions and strength, all right, trying into this new evolving inner child that trines into this new evolving belief and purpose. All the fun stuff of being a Sag. Strength, charisma, inner child, belief, purpose, and direction. That's what comes together to bring that balance, I believe, on Saturn Day. Then Sunday, it's a Neptune ruled day. That's kind of a God day. That's a psychic day. We all log in no matter what. And you are logging in asking for what? Well, maybe further understanding of the purpose, maybe looking at your intuition about where to go next, where to find information, where to find meaning and purpose, where did you feel it last time? Use that gut instinct on Sunday to get to the bottom of your meaning purpose questions, that's for sure. The moon is still in Sag, so you're partly cloudy and cool and still feeling very charismatic and good. That temporary soul pyramid did break, but we do have a temporary opposition that I think does bring some clarity between, on the one hand, the moon in Sag, so your emotions, your ego, your charisma, opposing Venus and Gemini for a few minutes. Venus and Gemini is trying to help Sagittarius open up to bigger emotional understanding in relationships, feeling relationships on a higher level, balancing your relations on a higher level, trying to balance out that Jupiter energy. It's not easy. So on Sunday, as you're intuiting, as you're finding meaning and purpose, you're also finding a balance between what you regard as relationships, marriage, and fairness, and your own ego, your own strength, and your own pride. All right, that's all I have for the 7-day forecast, Sag. I sure hope to see you on SG After Dark. If not, maybe I'll see you in Unite the Light on Friday. And if I don't see you there, well, I guess I'll see you here. Until then, live, love, be.